now I'm going to show you how to control a basic component with Plaquette. So we're going to use for this example, you're going to need your Arduino board and the Arduino software installed, and with Plaquette library installed, and you're also going to need an LED. If you don't have an LED, so an LED is a light emitting diode, that is a small component that emits light. If you don't have that, there is a built-in LED on the Arduino board, so you should be able to see something even if you don't have the component. We're gonna use the LED on pin number 13. So if you look at your Arduino board, you'll see that there are a series of pins that are marked from 0 to 13. So those are 14 sort of ports that can be used for either for input or output, depending on how they're configured. So in our case, we're going to use pin number 13, which is controls this built-in LED. You can take your own LED and put it on pin number 13. You'll need to put the other leg of the LED in ground. So to identify what side you need to put the LED in, you can have a look at the LED, and you'll see that unless you've cut the legs, one of the legs is bigger. This represents the positive leg, and this leg is going to go in pin number 13, whereas the other pin represents the negative or the ground, and this will need to be connected to the ground. There is on the Arduino, you'll see next to pin 13, there is a pin for the ground, which will allow, so it allows you to just simply like slit the LED in those pinholes. So now that the LED is in place, how do we control it? So in Plaquette, it's very simple. What you're going to do is that you're going to create an object that is going to represent, it's going to stand for that particular output. And this is going to be called, this is called a digital out. So this first part here that I'm writing is a reserve word. So you need to type it that way. And what it means is that I am creating a unit of that type, a digital output. Now, what is the digital output? It's simply an output that will either emit 5 volts or ground or 0 volts. So it's 1 or 2. So it's binary. And I'm going to name that output, and so I'm naming it LED. You could give it another name, but I'm naming my LED. Then I'll open the parenthesis to say that this LED is going to be on pin number 13, because I could be using another pin. So once that's done, then I have my little object here, and this object, this LED, I will be able to use it to control it. So we'll to control how the actual component is activated. If I set it to on, for example, so I can do it here in the begin. I can say LED.on. This means that my LED will be switched on. If I say LED.off, it would be off. You can try now, for example, if you try to take this code and write it in your Arduino and upload it, then you will see for yourself what's happening. And once, so you should see your LED switch on. If it doesn't switch on, it might be because your LED is wired the wrong way. So just invert it to be sure, or that it's broken, or that the code is not working for you. So just revise the code. And once you've tried it, you can try to say LED.off instead, just to confirm that if you upload that code, then you should see the LED switch off.